One Piece has a lot of different eras with great animators over the years, whether it's the very early days with the likes of Noboru Koizumi and Hideaki Maniwa, Naoki Tate and his loose and stylish style, Ryo Onishi's bouncy and weighty animation, Katsumi Ishizuka's intense and fierce action, Naoto Shishida's detailed art and fluid exaggerated movements, Yoshikazu Tomita's unique timing and intense shading, Akihiro Ota's exceptional squiggly and messy lines and its balance with realism, Vincent Chansard's three-dimensional action and total mastery of character acting, Chris's very dynamic animation and adaptability, Two Youngster's thick lines and his speed. And the list goes on and on. There's no definitive best animator considering each has a different style they have honed, but here I want to talk about a talent you don't often see much of. An approach on One Piece's designs that gives its characters a very charming look that instantly grabs your attention. Here we have the animation Prodigy, Masami Mori. Mori is an animator who used to post his art and animation on Tumblr. Here I'll go through his journey from being a webgen animator to someone with a style that literally has become a school of influence. Many animators nowadays are taught under him or simply take inspiration from his style, whether it's his soft lines, rounded faces, sharp jaws, or the sheer depth and volume to his drawings. Going through his fan animation on Tumblr, it was obvious that he is someone who puts a lot of care into character acting animation, with the ways he animates characters running or his delicate art and animation on hair, hands, facial expressions. But he's also a great action animator. We've seen both sides of Mori in later bits in his career, which I'll go through in a bit. After that, he worked on many different shows. Most of his contributions there were brief sequences of nice character acting animation, until he worked on Fate Apocrypha, alongside big names like Toya Oshima and Tsuchigami. All of that before he appears for the first time on One Piece's Superpowers opening, which was his first key animation ever on the series. Whole Cake Island was a turning point for Mori as he takes on arguably his most ambitious sequence in his career at that point of time. Alongside his mentor Kodai Watanabe, he delivers some of the greatest action in One Piece's history. He displays the influence he absorbed from the likes of Yutaka Nakamura, creating intense slow-motion build-up for each impact, which results in earth-shattering hits. We see a different side of Mori here with three-dimensional art and shading, extremely detailed anatomy and expressions. To this day, it's one of the most powerful sequences in the anime. We also take a look at his classic smears during this and previous works, which is a very identifiable trademark of his, the way he animates. Of course, Mori does not miss the chance to appear on Broly and Stampede as well. We continue to get Mori's nice animation occasionally on Wano until his two next big sequences. First one is action between Roger Pirates and Whitebeard Pirates. Animating dozens of characters in action is no easy feat, and to say it's a good sequence would be an understatement. This sequence is a roller coaster of Mori's capabilities. The volume and weight behind the attacks was something we rarely see on One Piece back then. The effects work, background animation, smears, sword action, and unique timing all made this a very special episode to watch for the first time, especially when it's anime original action. Finally, Mori finds the director he will proceed to work with. Megumi Ishitani's iconic debut on One Piece has provided Mori with a brilliant storyboard to animate. He was responsible for the entire Morgan segment. The sequence is so alive and it perfectly sells how busy the place is over the news with how Mori animates background characters. Ishitani was very impressed with Mori's work here. From there, an iconic duo was born. And while Mori did not work on her second Wano episode because he was busy on Lost Flashback reanimated, I assume, he reappeared with the role of animation director on Ishitani's magnum opus, the best One Piece episode to this day, episode 1015, where Mori animated around 8 minutes by himself and supervised other sequences on the first half. At this point, there was no doubt that these two are among the most talented artists in the industry. They work in perfect harmony. Mori's soft line work, especially on Luffy's dream sequence, was a work of art. But let me go back a little bit to the law stuff, because while it does piss me off that We Are One shorts robbed us of our best talents during early Onigashima. We got Mori animating and storyboarding Law and Corazon Flashback. It was an emotional watch, and it's still one of his best works ever. Next, we get robbed of both Mori and Ishitani for film red material, but I can't say I'm mad when I watch a music video like this one. Mori took a bigger role here as he designed the characters himself, storyboarded the music video, and solo animated the whole thing. And under Ishitani's direction, it was bound to be great. This might be among the most unfiltered we'd see of Mori, considering he also designed the characters himself. From here, Mori would appear as assistant animation director for episodes as he supervises the animation of his students, two very prominent ones by the name of Shin Kashiwaguma and Zig Huang Liu. They animated Sanji vs. Calamities and Killer vs. Hawkins Climax, and under Mori's guidance, they now became one of the best animators we have on the show. He did the same thing in Egghead for Sanji vs. S Shark with brand new students. But despite these animators being taught by Mori, some already capable animators started to get influenced by him, like Shotaro Ban, for example. Before the next step, Mori was present as animation director for episode 1072, which was action-packed. He did key animation for Ishitani's storyboard and proceeded to correct other animators on the episode. Seeing his work on Gear 5 was glorious. We thought Wano's beginning was strong, but Mori not only was the animation director for the second half of Egghead's first episode, but also the incredible opening by Ishitani. This time Mori did something different, as the characters in the opening are surrounded with thick lines but zero shadows. Mori stated that he was inspired by the sixth One Piece film that had Sushio on the character designs. He also storyboarded a little section in the opening with the matchups. After this, Mori's influence exploded. Fan artists everywhere started following his style, animators alike. It is unknown how high Mori will get, but I do hope he continues to work on One Piece as long as possible, and I simply can't wait until his next work very soon. Thanks a lot for watching, like and subscribe. See you next time.